I'm gonna try to stay humble as I say this, but sometimes when you get up to 267 subscribers, kind of like how I've got, I'm trying to brag, people take note. I get questions all the time like, Dalton, how do you stay humble? How do you stay hungry? I mean, you've got 267 subscribers. The world is your oyster. How do you stay you? How do you stay grounded? People tell me all the time I'm just so down to earth when they meet me in person, and it's all because of one thing, and I think you guys know exactly what that is. It's this little on-air placard. It is. I've wanted one for such a long time, and I finally got my studio in order, and I picked up this little baddie for like $25 on Amazon, and yeah, it keeps me going. That's motivation right there. But anyway, like and subscribe if you like, if you're happy to. And I've just got a little bit of a rant. Hopefully this video doesn't take more than like 5-10 minutes. And I really got a bone to pick with the Slate Truck. And this is the new truck by Jeff Bezos and Amazon and all those guys. And I'm gonna read a little article from Autoblog. I love going to Autoblog, not because I think that they are good automotive journalists, but because they're so out of touch that I find it to be actually quite entertaining. So the title of this article is, Does the Slate Truck Mark a New Era for Electric Vehicles? Subtitle, Tesla brought EVs into the mainstream and Nissan made them affordable. But is the Slate Auto's recently announced pickup truck an even more exciting achievement? I'm going to go ahead and say no. I'm going to say no for a couple of reasons, because it is quicker for me to tell you the options that it does have than to tell you the options that it doesn't have. So every Slate truck comes with a digital gauge cluster. You know what that is? That's an iPhone. I mean, maybe they actually have one, but your iPhone can be a digital gauge cluster, and you can download an app for like $5, and there you go. It comes with AC, wow, cruise control, and power locks. Now the rest of it, including power windows, I mean, this thing actually has roll-up windows, a decent seating. No, it doesn't come with that, and it is $27,500. Now, if we are relying on the government and their rebates or whatever, then yeah, you can get it for about $20,000, because the government is going to pay $7,500. If I could have my $7,500 back, I would totally take it. But I guess it'll go to people who want this Slate truck. It doesn't come with paint, and it is supposed to rival the Ford Maverick, which starts at $28,000. And you know what else actually has all these features and more, and is from a company with a lot of history, a lot of support, the Volkswagen Jetta. You can get a Jetta for starting at $22,000 and guarantee it has all this stuff that the that the Slate truck comes with, and some, and it's got unlimited range, because all you have to do is stop at a gas station for like 2 minutes. Same thing with the Ford Maverick, starting at $28,000. It's got unlimited range. This thing, all $27,500 worth of it, comes with 150 miles. What about the heat? What about the cold? That's gonna, it's gonna be cut in half, and you're paying $28,000 for it. Going back to Autoblog, it says Slate Auto's truck is logical to its very core. Sure, the 1,000 horsepower GMC Hummer EV might be the stuff of dreams, not mine. And maybe you have a poster on your bedroom wall of the 258 mile per hour capable Rimac Navara. You know what? Even the guy who made Rimac doesn't have a poster on his wall of Rimac. They're going out of business. They're not doing well. But unless you're willing to drop a fantastical amount of coin, these vehicles are not realistically attainable for most people. Dream cars have always existed, and the world is surely a better place because of them. But it seems that more brands these days are focusing their efforts on striking mind-blowing and utterly unaffordable EVs that draw in more attention for brands than they do sales. Who is giving these EVs attention? Oh, I think it's Autoblog. I think Autoblog is giving these EVs attention, because remember they were talking about the fanfare from the Dodge Daytona EV. Remember the one, that got outsold by a vehicle that hasn't been produced since 2023? That one, the Fanfare. Oh, that's Autoblog for you. Anyway, I'm ranting about it. Not because I hate EVs. EVs aren't for me, but I don't hate them. I'm ranting about it because how many times are manufacturers going to just miss the mark? Yeah, we want small pickup trucks, but we want them with a gasoline engine that can be fixed in 5 years' time. I mean, you buy this thing for $28,000, and if your iPhone or your MacBook Pro is any indicator, it's going to die in 2 to 8 years. I'm sorry, $1,000 iPhone or a $2,000 or $3,000 MacBook is completely different from a $28,000 pickup truck. You want to know that thing is going to be around for a while, but they're ignoring it. Put in a 140 horsepower 1.8 liter straight 4 out of a Mazda Miata, and you are going to have a winner. And guess what? It's probably only going to cost $20,000 on the Really. Freaked me out a little bit. Something dropped on the other side of my door. But where was I? But yeah, you're probably going to realistically pay not a lot of money for a vehicle with a very simple engine. And guess what? You're going to be able to work on that car. This thing, as soon as it bricks out, you're screwed. And people know that now. They're taking that into account. So anyway, I think at the end of the day, people are tired of being treated like they're dumb. Like, we know that you're not going to be able to work on this car when it dies. We know that 150 miles of range. We know that electric vehicle manufacturers always inflate their range. So you're really going to get about 110 miles, and wait till it gets hot. Wait till it gets cold. And $28,000, and you still have to roll up your own windows? Come on. Give me a break. And it doesn't even have 4 seats. Who's buying 2-seaters these days except for Miatas and C8 Corvettes and, well, BRZs. Nobody's buying BRZs, but they are buying Toyota 86s, which is kind of strange because they're the same car. But anyway, you can see what I'm talking about. Like, if Jeff Bezos really wanted to make a lot of money, make this same exact car. Like, it doesn't look terrible. Just make it with a straight 4, a little 1.5 liter straight 4 that can be worked on, that can, run 20 miles without oil in it, just in case something bad happens. You can put it back together. But this is literally a $28,000 iPhone, and nobody wants to pay for that. I've got one more rant, and this one is Formula One related. Actually, it's kind of like sports in general related. And here's the thing. We've got to stop being obsessed with the greatest. Who's the greatest? I think it kind of started with the whole, Kobe versus Michael argument. And this was before, the hashtags got really huge. And then we got into, I don't know, is LeBron James the greatest? No. And then, we've got, what is it? Everybody's obsessed with Mike Tyson versus Ali, Ham versus Burger, Marvel versus DC. Whatever happened to just enjoying little bits of entertainment or vehicles or athletes or whatever for what they are, for the era that they exist in? And then when the next one comes along, just enjoy that too. I enjoy watching Lewis Hamilton drive. I enjoy watching Max Verstappen drive and Lando Norris. Matter of fact, I like the whole thing. Do I have my favorites? Sure. But if you're, okay, let's take this to its logical conclusion. If you're obsessed with who is the greatest, let's look at the stats. Lewis Hamilton. End of conversation. That's done. That was boring, right? That was a boring conversation to have. If we're just looking at actual facts, because other people were great in their own regard. Ayrton Senna, Michael Schumacher, Alain Prost, Sebastian Vettel, Kimi Räikkönen. So many great drivers to speak of, but if we're only going to be obsessed with talking about the greatest, then I guess we're just going to talk about Lewis Hamilton, which is fine by me because I'm a Lewis Hamilton fan, but if you want to talk about somebody else, sorry. SOL. If you want to talk about Max Verstappen, SOL. But you know what you see what I'm getting at. I don't want to only talk about Lewis Hamilton because he's not the only driver on the grid. There's Kimi Antonelli, who is doing a bang-up job. George Russell is holding his own. Yuki Tsunoda, I mean, the evolution of this guy is amazing to watch. There's so much good stuff going on that I think we're doing ourselves a disservice by being obsessed with who is the greatest. Well, anyway, that's my rants for today. I don't know if I brought a lot of facts to this one or if I just brought a lot of opinions, but then again, when has that stopped me before, right? Okay, like, comment, subscribe, share with your neighbor or your friend or your frenemy or whatever. And I've been Dalton. This has been The Petrolist, and you have been great. I'm out.